Hey everyone, and welcome to a video about an Alan Jackson letter. We haven't had many of those on this channel, but he is putting the smackdown on Officer Deaver. And I'm here for it because I covered her perjury yesterday and today, well, yesterday as well. Alan Jackson sent a letter to the commissioner of the Boston PD where he states that Officer Deaver should be put on the Brady list. And why should she be put on the Brady list? Well, as you no doubt, as you no doubt aware, as you are no doubt aware, I'm sorry, Deaver was a witness called by the defense in the Karen Reed case that was tried for the second time in Norfolk in April. This case received extensive national and international media coverage. I'm the international. Officer Deaver's involvement in the case stemmed from her interview with agents of the feds, during which interview Deaver explained to the agents in details her observation of Berkowitz and Higgins, and both individuals entering the Sallyport garage of the CPD, where the SUV in question was located on January 29th. Officer Deaver described in indelible, I think that's the right way to say it. I don't know. Never heard that word before. I had to Google it. And the definition is it's an adjective. No, it's an adjective. Not able to be forgotten. So in a way that is not able to be forgotten. Nice touch using that word in a case where a police officer claims she has memory loss problems. Sidetracked myself. That she witnessed Berkowitz and Higgins go into the Sallyport and stay there for a wildly long time, and that she thought it weird that a witness on the case, Higgins, would have access to the seminal piece of evidence, the SUV, in the investigation. During her lengthy interview with the feds, she articulated her observation in considerable details, including specifics about the monitor she was viewing in the dispatch desk. She described at length her observations of the two men entering the Sallyport with the SUV. Deaver claimed no issue with her memory, and she was clear with the agents that she made her observations in the afternoon or early evening on January 29th, at the end of her shift after the SUV has been secured in the Sallyport. Subsequently thereto, the federal authorities provided a report of their interview with Deaver, both to the prosecution and to the defense in the Reed matter. So, when she talked to the feds, she clearly saw Berkowitz and Higgins in the Sallyport for a wildly long time with the SUV. In or about April 25, the defense issued a subpoena for Deaver to testify in the murder trial, and on June 2nd, she was subsequently called and sworn to testify before the jury. During her testimony under oath, Deaver changed her statements, claiming not that she did not make the statements to the federal agents, but that her observations of Berkowitz and Higgins was a false memory. She maintained under oath and throughout her testimony that the events she described to the feds never happened, that the memory she was recounting was false, and that the events she described did actually not occur. It is clear, therefore, that one of two things is truth. Either Officer Deaver lied about having a false memory, or she actually suffers from a condition that subjects her to false memories. In either case, her credibility and reliability as a law enforcement officer are irreparably compromised. If she lied under oath, Officer Deaver is guilty of perjury. This is what I said in my video about her and Cox yesterday. Either he's lying or she perjured herself on the stand. Which one is most likely? Someone trying to do the right thing and keep their job, would all of a sudden have false memory syndrome or perjure themselves to try and keep that job. Because again, it's never perjury if you lie in benefit of the state. Well, they didn't count on AJ writing this letter. If she truly suffers from false memories, she is unfit to serve as a police officer. Her reports, statements, and testimony can no longer be presumed accurate. And any case, current or prior, involving Officer Deaver must be reviewed accordingly. These circumstances bear directly on Officer Deaver's credibility and represent impeachment evidence pursuant to Brady and Gigolo. Yeah, because if she had given statements that I saw the suspect run out of the Walmart with a 30-inch computer monitor, how is anyone to trust that? Because this lady who absolutely did not lie on the stand now have a memory issue that makes her make false memories. So that 220-pound white athletic-looking guy she watched could be a 5'1" Asian female, and the computer screen could be a box of tissues. How would she know? She has false memory syndrome. But anyway, she can't be a cop. If she's a liar, well, she should probably be charged with perjury. If she has memory loss problems, all of her cases should be redone. Given the facts, it is clear that it is incumbent upon your department to immediately include Deaver in the Brady database, and all information surrounding her claimed false memories must be disclosed to the defense in every case in which she is a witness or potential witness. As you are aware, both the prosecution and law enforcement share a constitutional obligation pursuant to due process clause of the 14th Amendment to affirmatively disclose exculpatory and impeachment information to the defense in every case. The Supreme Court has mandated that when the reliability of a given witness may well be determinative of guilt or innocence, non-disclosure of evidence affecting credibility falls within the Brady rule. So any case where Officer Deaver has or should witness will now have to go back and say, we didn't know this lady had a serious memory loss, false memory syndrome condition, which means everything she said on the stand must be thrown out. What if she's the only eyewitness? What if she put people to prison because she was the eyewitness in the case? What if she said she saw the number plate on the car? Well, we can't trust any of her words for anything. This woman has a serious mental condition. We need to make sure this lady won't put people behind bars with her testimony, which is not true. And I hope that, of course, the police department will put her on the Brady list, so all of the defendants she is witnessing against knows this. Failure to disclose Officer Deaver's intentionally false testimony and or her false memory condition would be a constitutional violation, subjecting both the prosecution and the Boston PD to severe sanction, the least of which is the dismissal of every case she touches. If it is determined that your department was on notice, which this letter formally provides, and the department does nothing to include Officer Deaver in the Brady list, and thereafter provide to the defense the exculpatory and impeachment materials in its possession, the sanctions can and will be far more extreme. Yours truly, Alan Jackson. This is what is known as an FAFO moment for the Boston PD, for Officer Deaver, for the stupid DA's office. You put a woman on the stand. You made her either perjure herself or fuck up every case she ever touched. This is the F around and F out. You are all idiots. And Alan Jackson, he just Sean Connery that woman. And we're here for it. Go away, Jake. Go away, Jake. Go.